South Lanarkshire College students are experiencing the benefits of a brand new pioneering teaching block. It is the first building in the UK to be rated outstanding under the BREEAM 2014 standards for its design and its construction. Key principles are to keep things simple, minimise waste and be zero carbon in operation. The Scottish Cabinet Secretary for Education opened the building in February 2016. It has been used by students daily since then. Its performance is being assessed by independent assessors and it's performing better than modelled at the design stage. The walls of the building are similar in thickness to a more traditional Scottish building and are insulated with recycled paper insulation. This is part of the Fabric First philosophy to reduce the amount of energy required to heat and cool the building. The building has very large triple glazed windows in the classrooms and corridors. The windows flood the building with natural light, minimise the amount of energy lost and maximise the passive solar gain to help heat the building. This all contributes to reducing the energy needed to heat and light the building. The 56 solar panels on the roof offset the electricity used to heat and light the building. They are on track to produce more than the predicted 10,500 kilowatt hours of electricity per year, exactly as planned. The 4 solar chimneys at the rear operate in a similar way to normal chimneys, with a subtle difference. Air rises up the chimneys naturally because the pressure is lower at the top of the chimney compared to the bottom. However, these solar chimneys are made of glass. Because hot air rises faster when the air temperature is high, the air rises even faster up the chimneys than on cooler days. This passive ventilation system means the building is very quiet compared to most modern buildings that rely on air conditioning for heating and cooling. The corridors act like the lungs of the building with large louvres high on the walls of the classrooms. Each solar chimney has louvres at its base. As the building warms up and the carbon dioxide levels rise, the louvres open. Warm air is drawn up the chimney from the corridor. This in turn pulls air out of the classrooms and cooler fresh air comes into the classrooms through the classroom ventilators. The PCs in the classrooms are extremely small and efficient, using minimal materials and with technology that avoids having large energy inefficient fans for cooling. Many people wonder why it is important to reduce water use when water is in such an abundant supply in Scotland. However, every litre of water supplied to a building by Scottish Water has to be pumped from a reservoir through a network of pipes to its final destination. This water pumping uses a huge amount of electricity and produces a massive amount of carbon in the atmosphere. So the real reason for rainwater harvesting in Scotland is to save electricity and reduce the country's carbon emissions. The rainwater harvested from the roof of the building is used to flush toilets. Another benefit is that less water is transferred into drains for disposal through the sewage systems. The only source of heat for the building comes from the ground outside. To extract this heat energy, we use a ground source heat pump. There are 6 probes, each 200 metres deep, that go into the ground and extract heat energy. The heat energy warms the building through an underfloor heating system. The building is so well insulated that even in the middle of winter, the heat pump was only operating at half its capacity. This cabinet has a glass door instead of a wooden door. It enables our construction students to view the manifold that distributes heat energy from the ground source heat pump to the classrooms. There are 2 cycle shelters. One has been reused from the 2014 Commonwealth Games. This underlines the philosophy reusing first before recycling and ties in with the principle of a circular economy. During the design phase, the college consulted with the South Lanarkshire Access Panel. This group of people with varying disabilities provided a list of requirements that designers of new buildings often overlook. The college incorporated these into the design of the building. For example, the door for this toilet area swings both ways for ease of entering and exiting. The fittings in the room are stainless steel, not the usual white plastic. The sink is larger and more usable than normal in a fully accessible toilet. There is an alarm strip round the skirting, which is much easier to reach if someone falls. All toilets have motion sensors. When these are activated by someone entering the room, power and water become live within the cubicle. This minimises any possible waste of both water and power. One of the college's strategic priorities is to promote sustainable behaviours. Through this building, the college is engaging with students, community groups and other organisations to inspire people to think more sustainably when constructing new buildings. Through this building, the college is inspiring others to think about the impact that new buildings have on the environment. This building will save 770 tonnes of carbon over its lifetime compared to a new building built at the same time to normal building standards. Already, 2 other organisations have used the building as a benchmark in their design of new buildings of similar size. So within a few months of its opening, this project has already inspired students and others to adopt more sustainable behaviours and approaches, reflecting the college's philosophy to mainstream sustainability.